Welcome to EQ Triple Double. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter, and you're probably wondering, why do we call it EQ Triple Double or EQTD5? Well, what's a triple double? A triple double is something in basketball when a player scores 10 or more in at least 3 statistical categories. For example, they record 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 points in a game. Now, at EQTD5, we try to help you with at least 3 tips that will hopefully 10x you, similar to a triple double. And we try to do it in 5 minutes. 2 plus 3 is 5, right? So we're trying to help you out in becoming better with your EQ in 5 minutes or less, depending on how fast I talk or some of my co-hosts talk. Hence the name EQ Triple Double or EQTD5. We also want to help you out in different categories. So it may be something that involves your friends, your family, your work, or just how you interact with people in general. Let's get started. But before we start, let's talk about the goals of EQTD5. Here's a quick recap of the EQ Triple Double 5 goals. First, we provide a quick recap of a daily EQ email. Second, we try to provide you with tips, at least 3 to hopefully 10x your EQ. Of course, with these tips, we want to teach you lessons that you can bring to your daily life. And of course, we want you to share these with family, friends, and colleagues. And this is yours to customize, so you take the tips and decide what works best for you. And finally, we want feedback. We want you to provide us with other content. Hopefully, all of this will take your EQTD5 and 10x it. Welcome back. So what's on tap today? Today, we're going to talk about phrases that make you sound more powerful at work. Now, when we say powerful, we don't mean you'll be president of the world or president of even the company, but we mean you'll be more confident, more of a team player. So let's face it, good leaders, well, they spend a lot of time refining their communication skill and their style. And after all, good communication skills are among the most in-demand soft skills of any job out there. So they're essential for fostering strong relationships with your team members, being a more effective negotiator, and of course, being able to motivate your team and the people you work with. So let's jump in with some of our first tips. Tip number 1. Oops, I messed up, sorry. Actually, that is tip number 1. Stop saying sorry all the time. Now, we're not saying don't apologize, but the words you use matter, and simple verbal habits can actually get in the way of clear communication. So, saying sorry too much and for the wrong reasons might undermine how confident you sound. For example, shifting your response from sorry for the delay to thanks for your patience strikes a more positive tone, and it's something that we should think about when we're talking to our colleagues, our coworkers, even our family and friends. Try to be positive in that light. EQ tip number 2. Imagine this. You're at work on a tight deadline and you need something from another department. When you ask their lead for it, they say, sorry, can't help you out. You're deflated. They don't feel great about it. What do we do? There's got to be a better way. Well, there is. You know, at EQTD5, we care a lot about research. And communication expert Renee Evanson, who's the author of Powerful Phrases for Effective Customer Service, she says, try something else. Rather than saying, I can't or I'm not able to when you're declining a request, focus on the positive. For an example, say, here's what I can do for you. That way you've set a boundary, while at the same time, you're able to say, I'm willing to help you out and I'm giving you a workable solution. Try it out sometime. And on the other hand, if someone comes to you, or I should say the other way, you go to them and they say, well, I can't do anything. Turn it around, make it a positive. What could you do for me? See if it works. EQ Triple Double tip number 3. I'm glad you like it. Well, for some people, dismissing praise is just a knee-jerk response. I know a lot of times I get a compliment and I say, well, yeah, that was nothing, or I could have done better on it. But those responses not only make light of your work and ability, they're dismissive of the person giving the compliment. Instead say, thank you, or generally add, I'm glad you like it. Try it out sometime. final EQ triple double tip of the day. I'm happy I was able to help. Seems pretty simple. There's nothing wrong though with saying you're welcome when someone says thank you, but saying something like, I'm happy I was able to help you, well, that's very powerful because it leaves a positive impression with that individual. It also makes them think you went the extra mile to help them out. So when you look at this video today and you say, hey Eric, thanks for this video, I'm going to say, I'm happy I was able to help. That wraps up today's session of EQ Triple Double in 5. Before we conclude, let's take a look at the tips that we went through and review them, as well as a few others that might be useful for your day. So that concludes our triple double for today. Try to incorporate some of these tips into your day. But remember, use what works best for you. These episodes are geared to help you become better, but not every tip is for everyone. As always on EQTD5, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a great day. Thank you.